Hey there everybody, it's Grie here, playing a little game called Varia. Recently found out about it not too long ago from my friend Ogar. It is a first-person TCG, which is a pretty cool concept. Basically, you are committing actions and attacking and whatnot. You have items, and it's been pretty fun. We're just going to take you through what you could experience in the starter kit, the two-player kit. We have the Shadow Assassin, which is who I'm playing, on the bottom, and then we have the Volcanic Warrior, which Ogar is playing on the top, and we're going to roll some dice to see who goes first. 2d6. I got a 3. Beat a 3.
Well, based on how I've been rolling today, I don't know if I can. Oh, I got a 5.
All right. Looks like you can. Just gotta believe.
I am going to start active.
Okay. Draw my first 6. Oh, don't look at that.
I was too busy drawing my first 6 to notice.
Excellent.
So I think I want to start... I'm going to start us engaged.
Sounds good.
I'm going to try something I don't do much. There's a card in here that I don't play a lot. I'm going to try it out. So I'm going to start with our first moment with the Thorium Crusher.
Mm-hmm.
Then, now, generally when you plan, as the active player, you have to fill each moment. But I'm going to play a Deadly Swing, which requires 2 moments to plan. So I have to leave the second moment open, and the Deadly Swing will be in the third moment of the turn. So that is a 10-5.
All right.
So we are starting the turn engaged, and that is my 3-moment turn. I will pass to you.
Okay, to start me off, his first weapon's a 3-3, so I should probably do something that combats that. The last attack is gonna hurt, so let's see if I can hurt him back. So I'm going to, in the first moment, play a Sublimate for a block, and then in the second moment, which is currently free for me to do whatever, I'm gonna punish him with a Serrated Venom.
Oh, no. Oh, man. Man, that's horrendous.
And for the third moment, I might just end up taking the 10. I think the Serrated Venom's pretty good here, because I could also boost it with my Bowie Knife. Just get some free damage in. Or I could plan, so that's 7 points, so I'd have 3 more to play with. So let's just, I guess, prevent some amount of damage, which I will do by playing a Snakebite. When the Snakebite comes into play, it'll actually create a token of itself in the next moment. It is not currently my turn though, so this moment won't do anything, and the start of my turn, that'll be my first planned action. So I will pass over to you for fast actions.
So I'm actually surprised. So for anyone who doesn't know this game, distance is a very important part of the game. And the one reason why these decks are included as the 2 decks in the starter kit, why they're used to teach people to play the game, and why they tend to be played against each other in that capacity, is that Volcanic Warrior likes to be engaged, and the Shadow Assassin tends to be pretty good at jumping out of the way. And so I honestly anticipated you to try to jump out of the way for this to not do anything, and that's why I thought this open, I might not get punished too hard for this open moment in the middle. Obviously, I miscalculated, but...
I'm a very aggressive Shadow Man.
Yeah, clearly. But I'm not going to play any fast actions. I'm just going to rely on my rolls to make up for the fact that I am about to get punished really hard.
A brave man. And I technically have everything spent up here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I could maybe forget something for a fast, but I think I'm okay just sitting here.
Okay. So since you've got a block and I've got an attack in the first moment, we have to roll our focus and power to see if my focus is enough to hit you.
So Sublimate being a 4/4 means I have 4 focus to start, plus whatever is on this D4.
Oh! I can't hit. My focus is only 4.
Mine is at a 7, so my block successfully prevented the axe from the hammer from meeting my skull. Serrated Venom is completely uncontested, so I just get to roll my... normally you'd roll both of these dice, but I'm only going to roll the power here, and I'm going to do 4 plus whatever is on this die, which is a 3. So 7 damage is coming at you, and then it has an on-hit effect where I would apply 1 Hemotoxin. And what Hemotoxin does is whenever you are dealt damage by a physical action, you gain 1 bleeding, and you cannot lose stacks of bleeding.
Yeah, that's extremely bad for me.
And bleeding is at end of moment, you lose a health for each stack of bleeding you have, then lose 1 bleeding. So eventually the bleeding will stop.
No, you can't lose stacks of bleeding.
Oh.
So that lose 1 bleeding, it doesn't happen.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, because in this game, can't always trumps can or that you do. So the can't lose stacks of bleeding means those stacks of bleeding never go away.
Excellent.
So this hemotoxin isn't hurting me now, but throughout the course of the game, it most likely will hurt me a lot.
I'm gonna stab him. All right, and then we got my big skull punch here. So snakebite. When 2 attacks clash, focus doesn't really matter unless there's something relevant on the card itself. So we're just gonna roll our power die, and whoever has the highest number will do that much damage minus the power of the other attack.
Oh my god!
I'm right there with you. I also got a 1.
Okay.
So I have 3 power to your.
You take 8.
Okay, so I'm gonna take 8
I'm
damage.
at 11. I have been rolling so bad all day. This is horrendous. Alright, so...
And, okay, so that is the end of his turn. So we're going to draw 2 cards to go into mine. Okay, so start of my turn, I drew my 2 cards. Snakebite sticks around because I couldn't use it last turn. So I'm going to keep us engaged here. That way my snakebite can do something. And so for my planning, I will... I could leave 1 moment. So I'm going to, in moment 2, plan another snakebite. Unfortunately, I don't have an extra snakebite token here, so I'm just going to use... Alright, so snakebite will come down.
So you got triple snakebite going on right now.
I got the triple snake hiss hiss, and I will pass it over to you.
This is not good, because those are all physical actions. And if any of them deal me damage, I will gain stacks of bleeding. Not great.
I think it's great.
Yeah, I bet. I do not. The trouble is, you're only using 6 action points, meaning that Bowie knife is going wherever is convenient. The tough thing for me is, do I try to just block this out, or do I try to hit you harder? Counter to my instincts. I'm going to play a combat reflexes in moment 1, which will create another combat reflexes for moment 2. Then, in the 3rd moment, I will sublimate.
Interesting. Going real black heavy here. Okay.
Yeah, trying to prevent those stacks of bleeding.
Okay, and so... Okay, so it's not impossible for me to get through here. The question is, does the moment I hit matter? Not particularly, but it's probably more beneficial to play this fast Bowie knife on the snakebite here, because if it does deal any damage, and if somehow any of these poke through...
I'm going to pass on fast actions.
Okay, so start of the moment here, snakebite with the Bowie knife. I'm going to have 2 power die and 2 focus die. So I'm going to have 2 focus base. I'm just going to roll these real quick. So I'll have 3 and... a 4, 7 total.
Alright, so I need 8 or better focus here to prevent getting hit. Yes! I have 9 focus. I have 9 focus.
Brutal. Alright, I won't bother rolling the power there. That attack whiffs. So my next snake bite here coming in for 2. I'm going to need a 4 and you to roll a 1. I got a 4! No! Okay.
Oh, I'm 2 for 2 here. Finally, my rolls are working in my favor.
The last snake bite, I'm a 2 to his 4, so I can roll a 3 or a 4, so long as he rolls a 1 or a 2. Yeah, I got a 3, so I have 5.
Ooh, I got a 3, so I'm at 7.
Okay.
All right. Oh, yes, no bleeding. Feels good.
Not for me. Okay, and that'll be the end of my turn. We'll draw 2 and go to you.
I cannot believe I made it out of that with no bleeding. All right, all right. Okay, what do I do here? How do I...
We start engaged or disengaged?
Yeah, that's what I got to figure out here. So we ended the last turn engaged, and it probably makes the most sense to just stay engaged.
I would tend to agree. I mean, I would rather us disengage, which means you probably want to be engaged.
I have to be very careful here. I have to be a lot more careful than I normally would be. Usually this deck, I'm okay taking damage here and there because a lot of my attacks are so big that I can just make it up with a big attack. The problem is, I'm in this position now where anytime I take damage, I get stacks of bleeding, and that is so scary.
I think it's fine.
So, I think, yeah, you do. I think we're going to start engaged.
Okay.
And I'm just going to drop this Decapitate and hope to just end the game now.
Well, that's terrifying.
And the great thing about Decapitate is that if I roll a 4 on the focus die, that 10 becomes infinite.
Well, I am a pretty lucky duck, and I drew my Voidwalk. Voidwalk gains focus equal to the highest attribute requirement of cards in my discard, which, because I played my Serrated Venom, is 7 plus 3. So I'm going to have a 10 focus on the Voidwalk.
All right. The great thing for me, honestly, as much as I would love for my Decapitate to kill you, the great thing here is that I just don't take damage and I don't get bleeding. So I'm okay with that.
Okay.
And it also means your Voidwalk, that you've used a Voidwalk. Mm-hmm. So it's less likely that I'm going to have to deal with that later.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to pass on fast actions.
I will pass as well.
And the thing about this here is even if I roll a 4, I'm not going to be able to hit you because my focus will only be 9. Mm-hmm. So I can never reach your focus, meaning I can never hit. So we can just go ahead and move on from this turn.
All right. Let's draw 2. Go to me. So I'm going to start us disengaged.
Uh-oh.
Yes. And I'm going to play down a Phantom's Kiss for my first moment. This is a ranged attack, which means it can hit even if we're disengaged. And I will pass to you.
Okay, so I was actually really hoping this scenario would come up in this game, because now I get to show another thing about how some of the decks in this game really interact with each other in a very fun, flavorful way. So, since we're starting engaged, your Phantom's Kiss... disengaged. Since we're starting disengaged, your Phantom's Kiss is going to get that bonus for starting disengaged.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
What I get is I get to play a Spellbreaker.
No!
And that is going to do 2 things. It starts out also as a 3/3, but it gets the exact same bonus because Phantom's Kiss is magical. So now these both become 6/6s, and all the advantage you got from Phantom's Kiss is gone, and because Spellbreaker causes us to engage, I'm able to also potentially deal damage to you.
Well, that's not very fair.
They're equal and opposite cards, so now it'll just come down to the die roll, unless the fast actions create some.
Which I do have my Bowie knife.
That's very true. You do have that.
I'm going to play my Bowie knife as a fast action on the Phantom's Kiss.
Okay, so the dangerous thing for me now is that I didn't care if the Phantom's Kiss did me damage because of the whole Hemotoxin bleeding thing, because Phantom's Kiss is magical, not physical. However, throwing the Bowie knife on there makes it physical because that is a physical attack. So now, if I take any damage here, I will get a stack of bleeding. So I have to play a fast action here. I'm going to play an Explosive Charge. This is also going to cause us to engage. And in addition to causing us to engage, it will give me an extra power die. So I'm going to have the 2 power die, 1 from each of these, and an additional 1 on top of that. So hopefully getting to roll 3 dice will mean that I don't take any damage here, and instead deal damage to you.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's all I got for fast. So it looks like we're going to start rolling.
All right, so we don't need to roll focus since we're both attacking. Yep. I'm just going to roll my 3 power dice.
So it's whoever gets the highest on the dice here. And I got an 8.
So I'm at 11 plus my original 6, so I'm at 17 total.
And I would be at 11.
You'd be at 12.
I'd be at 12. Oh, yeah, because 6, 10, 4, I'd be at 14. Sorry, 14.
Oh, yeah, no, we can math. All right, so you're at 14. And I am at 17, right?
Yep.
Yeah, 17. So I'm going to deal 4 damage to you.
Ouchie bouchies.
And since I did not take any damage, I do not get any stacks of bleeding.
I've
been holding off pretty well so far.
You know, I might be a terrible assassin. I don't know who hired me for this job, but they deserve a refund.
Oh, some of these attacks seem really good, but just so dangerous to play any of them. So, okay. So oh man, I need to do something here. I'm going to start disengaged.
Okay.
And I'm going to play a shield spear, which has the ability to become ranged if I so choose. And I'm going to add the thorium crusher to the second moment. And I'm going to leave it at that. So we're doing the shield spear moment 1 and the thorium crusher moment 2, starting disengaged.
I'm going to be a little bit of a jerk here. I'm going to start off with Era's Tarka on the shield spear. Then I will do my Ebon Cloak and pass to you for fast.
Okay, yeah, that area's Tarka is not great. Sure wish I had a way to not get hit with the area's Tarka, but I don't think that I do. I'm then going to put an explosive charge on the thorium crusher.
Yep. I'm going to put a swift escape onto my Ebon Cloak for my fast.
What is your total focus?
6.
That is rough.
And then at end of moment, I would disengage. And I will pass my fast.
All right. I have no more fast.
Okay.
So, start a moment on the shield spear. I'm going to discard a block, the sublimate, to make the shield spear a 4-0 ranged attack.
Yep.
So we are both going to hit each other. I rolled a 5, so you're going to take 9 damage.
Oh my gosh, I'm not a very good assassin, am I? All right, so Area's Tarkin
However,
will trigger here, so I can now choose one, ruin an item my opponent controls, which basically just takes it out of the game, or I can apply a fatigue to my target, which basically means anytime they do an action, they take a point of damage. All right, I'm going to give you a stack of fatigue.
for simplicity's sake?
Yep.
So here's the really rough thing for me, is that happens on hit, correct?
Yes.
So end of moment triggers take place after the clash, after on hit effects and everything like that, which means that this fatigue is already going to cause me to lose a life on the action I get, or during the moment that I get it.
Take a damage, sir, please.
Very frustrating. So I'm down to 22.
All right, 22 to 9. Let's go. Or am I at 6?
So, as you were asking, yes, you are at 9. So, it is 22 to 9 currently. I did lose that life to the fatigue after the shield spear. Now we're moving into moment 2. Beginning of moment, I will engage. Because the explosive charge causes me to engage, I get an extra power die, meaning I have 3 total. And I will have 2 focus dice, hoping, against hope, that I will be able to get enough focus to actually hit you.
Okay, well,
we're going to roll all of these dice at once.
So I'm going to have 6 focus plus my d4, which will be 8 total focus and 8 power.
I only have 7 focus.
Ooh, okay, let's go.
I would have done, what is that, 3, 6, 11? Oh, I only would have done, well, how much was your power?
8.
I only would have done 3. I guess it's not that big of a deal.
I got to save as
However,
much life as possible. End of moment triggers.
For me, end of moment, you disengage, and I lose 1 to fatigue.
Oh, fancy that. Interesting. Okay. All right. It is my go.
I still haven't gotten any stacks of bleeding, though.
Hopefully I can rectify that. All right.
No. No!
I got to try. All right. I will have us engage. And I will plan a Settle Strike for moment 1.
Okay.
And a Transfusion Drega for moment 2. And Settle Strike does have an ability where actions with power greater than this action cannot be planned to clash with it. So currently he can only plan 3 attack or lower on the Settle Strike.
Alright, so here's what my plan is, my plan to respond to this is going to be. I am moment 1 going to backflip.
Uh-oh.
To try to get away from that Subtle Strike. Then in moment 2, I'm going to Spellbreaker because Transfusion Drega is magical, and this will become a 6/6, and I will re-engage. So I'll try to get out of the way of your Subtle Strike, and then come back in and hit you with the Spellbreaker.
That is crafty. However, I will.
If you aimed edge, I'm kind of screwed, I think.
I don't believe I have aimed edge here, but
Okay, because that is a brutal fast action.
I'm going to forget my transfusion Draga
Oh, that is not good.
for a shield kick and the Bowie knife.
What is shield kick?
Fast, and then it's a 0/0. Disrupt your target action. Disrupt your target's action if it is physical and has a power of 5 or greater.
Okay, so it won't. It'll just be a 3/3.
Correct. Yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't do that along with the transfusion Draga because you wouldn't gain the benefit until after my end of moment has resolved, or start of moment has resolved. So I'll pass fast to you.
And shield kick is a fast action?
Yeah.
Well, I am going to forget my Spellbreaker
Right,
with a swift escape. So
What?
we will not engage.
What? Well, this seems okay. Just because.
And I'm still losing life
yeah,
here.
you're still going to lose
fatigue.
some life here. Okay, I will pass my fast as well.
Yeah, I got nothing. So moment 1, I flip out of the way. You're not ranged, so you're subtly striking the air. I lose 1. Moment 2, you are
Still disengaged.
slashing your knife and kicking a shield that's not there, and I lose a life to fatigue.
And,
Well, I'm swiftly escaping after having already backflipped out of the way.
and that's you.
All right, let me see if I can do something here.
I got 19 actions left.
Oh man, yeah, that fatigue really puts me on the clock. And as soon as you're able to deal damage to me, I'm completely screwed if I get a stack of bleeding.
I'm like the Three Stooges, but one person and a shadow assassin.
I think I just gotta go for it here.
We YOLOing?
A wise man once said, "You only YOLO once." I think I gotta risk it for the biscuit here. All right, so we're gonna start engaged.
Mm-hmm.
Moment 1, I'm gonna play a Fenrock's Leash. Then moment 2, I'll do a Molten Ravager.
Mm-hmm.
And this will culminate in moment 3 with a Cranial Crash.
So
And you may notice that the Cranial Crash is the art of my playmat.
What?
In Playmatception, yeah.
Okay. Moment 1, I will backflip.
See, and that is why I did the Molten Ravager.
Then I will.
That, I figure, is where I'm going to take a stack of bleeding finally.
Maybe.
And I'm just hoping to be able to make it work.
I might just play like a coward this turn. Because I already have the fatigue going.
Yeah.
Let's plan a swift escape for moment 2. And then. Actually, I think we're going to do a swift escape with the Ebon Cloak in moment 2.
I am not gonna play any fast actions at this time.
Okay. Start up moment 1. My backflip's gonna trigger.
Fenrock's Leash can still hit you, even though you flipped away. If you and your target started this moment engaged with each other, this action cannot miss due to distance.
Okay.
So I just have to roll really well on the focus here.
Yep. And I'm gonna get a.
And then this
5.
turn would be amazing for me.
So I have a 5 on my.
Come on. I need a 3 or a 4 on my focus here.
Ooh.
No!
Let's go!
No! I'm only at 4 focus. No! 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 No!
Okay, sir. At the end of the moment, I'm gonna disengage, and you'll take a point of damage.
Oh my god. And then, okay, so this one, beginning a moment, I re-engage you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I can possibly hit here.
I have 6 focus.
Yeah, I have 0, so there's literally no way I can hit here. I take damage and you disengage. Then my Cranial Crash cannot hit because it is not ranged, and I lose a point of life. That was horrible. If I had just rolled slightly better on the Fenrock's Leash, I would have been able to force you to re-engage, and
probably
you would have not been able to get out of any of that.
50-50,
yeah, I probably would have won right there.
All right.
So that was rough.
Draw up. Okay. I will start my turn. Let's just do a Transfusion Draga for moment 1 and pass to you. We're engaged,
Now
by
what I
the
really
way.
need here, I need a Spellbreaker. Did I play all my Spellbreakers?
I think I've seen 2.
One. Well, I've only played
Oh,
one.
you've forgotten one.
Or no, I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot one. Okay. All right. So we're doing a Transfusion Draga, and that's what, like a 2/2?
It's a 2/2, and I regain any health equal to the damage dealt by this action.
Yeah, and I know exactly what's coming here.
What?
So if you theoretically had a Slice 'em Up in your hand, you could tell me how much focus that has base.
If theoretically I had to slice them up, it is a 0/0, which would mean just 2 base from the Transfusion Draga.
All right, combat reflexes.
And that's the 5
that one
focus,
in a
right?
Moment that will end up being the next turn. Yeah, it's a 0/5.
Okay. This is a bit greedy, but I'm going to, for my fast action,
Yeah.
let's do a Bowie knife, and... Oh, I just happen to have the slice them up right here.
Oh, man. Shocker.
Okay. I'll pass fast to you.
Yeah, I wish I had a Swift Escape, but I don't.
Okay. So slicing up, start a moment, will engage, and then I can pay 2 points to give this an additional power die until the end of the moment. I can repeat this any number of times. Unfortunately, this is 7 points, so I can only do it once more. So I'll have 2 dice from the slice them up, 1 die from the Bowie knife, 1 die from the Draga, and then 3 d4s total with a 2 base. Unfortunately, I only have the 1 d4, so I'm going to start rolling here. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11 focus on this attack.
Yeah, and my focus is only 7, and I'm only preventing 6.
And I'm going to deal 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 damage coming at you.
So I'm going to take 9.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yep. And I'm going to gain 9 from the Transfusion Draga.
I will gain, you'll gain 9. Then I also get a stack of bleeding. Then I lose 1 to fatigue, and I lose 1 to bleeding.
Excellent.
That is going to be pretty much the game. I don't really have a way to win here. So we're going to start engaged, and then we're going to drop Thorium Crusher.
Okay, so you have a 3/3, so I don't particularly care. I guess you could fast replace it with an attack, but you're going to take 1 damage at least from that. So I can kind of avoid the reflexes here. So I will, on moment 2, do a subtle strike, which is at 3/3 of my own. And I'm actually not going to play anything in the first moment, and pass fast to you.
I'm going to aim edge on the Thorium Crusher.
Okay. I will use a card I've been holding on to since turn 1 called Way of the Blade. It is a fast, and at the start of moment, if your target is attacking you with a physical action, both this action and your target's action are treated as if they are unopposed this moment.
So the best I can hope for right now is that we just kill each other.
Which
but I would need to
glorious.
roll insanely well for that to happen. So I don't know that it's possible.
Which I will make
I literally
worse
need to roll
with a Bowie knife.
at least 1 4. Oh yeah, well I mean that doesn't even matter at this point.
It does to
so what's
me.
going to happen? I'm passing fast.
I will pass as well.
Okay, so first moment I'm going to lose 1 to fatigue and 1 to bleeding. Then I get 2d4s and 2d6.
I'll have 3d6s.
And if I roll a 4 on one of the d4s, my Thorium Crusher becomes a 6. And then if I roll 2 6s on the d6s, I can then do enough to kill you, and we kill each other at the same time. Otherwise, I lose. I lose.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 on my end.
I am dead.
Somehow, the Shadow Assassin has, in broad daylight, stabbed a man to death.
That is the game. Yeah, and one of the things I think that makes this game so fun is that it's so unpredictable.
Yeah, you can plan all
Right,
your
like-
actions, get all your attacks going, but
There's
it
no
comes
way
down
to
the luck
know
of the
how
die.
the turns are going to play out. That, getting Hemotoxin right away at the beginning really made me have to play very differently than I would have otherwise, because I was trying to avoid stacks of bleeding the whole time, and I avoided it for a long time, but then I ended up with fatigue and a stack of bleeding, and losing 2 life every moment is extremely difficult to come back from.
Yeah, I definitely played really greedy in that first turn, taking, what was it, like 11, 13 damage, but getting that Hemotoxin stack just throughout the entire game eventually ended up doing probably 9, 10 damage on its own, which kind of evened out there. And then Sneaking in those fast actions, dodging away when I could, and a little bit of luck with those dice kept me in it.
Yeah, there were some spots there where if the dice had fallen in my favor, I could have won, but it was not meant to be. It was not meant to be.
But that's
very
GG's.
fun game.
Yep,
and
great game.
I shall have my revenge.
We're going to plan on going through each of the seasons. There's currently 2 seasons available in Varia. We're going to just play out of the box, play with the pre-cons, hopefully get you guys a feel of what's going on. And this was our first one, so this is also the decks you could expect to see in the 2-player starter deck. So you could buy that and play probably not this exact game, but you can get pretty close. All right, so thanks so much for watching, everyone. Hopefully you'll stick around for the next video we got planned. In the description box of this video, we're gonna have a link to the Varia Discord, the Tavern Brawlers Discord, which we're both a part of and play games and basically live on, and a link to the website for Guildhouse Games, where you can check out this game, see all the classes and everything else. So thanks so much for watching, and have a